time, right? So now we'll be doing with 9th chapter, 5th verse. Sa adidevo jagatam paro guru swadishnyamasthaya sitsrukshayakshata tam natyagachat drishamatra sammatam prapancha nirmana vidhiriyaya bhavin. Sa adidevo jagatam paro guru. The first demigod, the first demigod, Jagatam of the universe, Paraha, Supreme Guru, spiritual master, Swadishnyam, his lotus seed, Asthaya, to find the source of it, Sisrukshaya, for the matter of creating the universal affairs, Aikshataha, began to think, Tam, in that matter, Na, could not, Adyagachat, understand, Drisham, the direction, Atra, therein, Sammatam, just the proper way, Prapancha, material, Nirmala, construction, Vidhi, process, Yaya, as much as Bhavet should be. So Lord Brahma, the first spiritual master, supreme in the universe, could not trace out the source of his lotus seed. And while thinking of creating the material world, he could not understand the proper direction for such creative work, nor could he find out the process for such creation. Okay, let us do a little recap. Now here, in the previous verse, Lord says that Sukadeva Goswami says, Lord was very pleased with the intense penance done by Brahma. That is why Lord appeared before Brahmaji. And in this way, what is the goal? Goal should be one has to purify his conditioning state. That should be the goal. So non-deceptive penance was done. That is, the word used for non-deceptive penance is avyalika penance. Avyalika means non-deceptive penance. That means the only intention is, oh Lord, this is at the stage of bhava prema. I just want to see, oh Lord, that much love is there. And that much penance, that much tapasya, Brahmaji did. Now, Brahmaji is seated on the lotus flower. And practically, he is only first person who is born. Now, what to do, how to create, how to start, from where to start. Okay, Jiva Shakti, Kala Shakti, everything has been given, matter has been given. So he is doing tapasya so that he can get the blessings of Lord and he can get the proper direction. Like for you, atta is given, oil is given, water is given. Somebody should teach how to knit the floor, how to make puris. Everything is given. You make puris. The person doesn't know how to make puri. Then he will just look at the atta, you look at the water, you look at the oil. Now everything has been given, but the direction also has to be given. How the creation should be done. That is why tapasya. Now, here, how this can be practically, what is the practical application of these verses? Now, the opportunity is given to every devotee. Use the time. You can use the time in your own ways. But now opportunity is given, the time is given, strength is given, human paraphernalia, human body is the paraphernalia, whatever the jiva has got. So then how to utilize the best? It is the tapasya. Tapasya means chanting. The more we chant, the more we can understand. If you see in the Bhagavad Gita, 3 things Krishna says, never give up. That is tap, dana, yajna. If a person gives this up, 3 things, then Krishna says he is not a human. Tap, dana, yajna. These 3 things should always be a part of our life. But how to do it? How that energy comes? By chanting. More we chant, the more we can understand the importance of the Vedic things which has been given to us. So that is how we can channelize our life properly. So creation here refers to channelizing. See, one is creating, okay. One is channelizing. That is also known as creation. You're creating, what you're doing, every second we are creating one new work, isn't it? That is also creation also. Every moment we create a certain work that can be within our mind, that can be outward, that can be a gross creation, that can be a subtle creation. Now you create an image about a person. That is also creation only. You create a very nice image about a person, you create a bad image about a person. That is also creation. Now, every creation you should have, especially when you have to have positive creations. Now, Brahmaji has been given the positive creation. So when the positive creation, there are demons who do negative creations. So that is not called creation, that is known as destruction. But that is, for him, it is a creation. But that is actually a destruction. But when you say creation, it refers to only positive. So if you have positive, if you really want positive things in your life, you should chant more. Then we always will have a positive outlook in every situation. The moment we start having negative outlooks in every situation, it actually we get inclined towards the Maya Shakti of Krishna, which will lead to destruction. So we should be very, very careful as a sadhaka. Sometimes we create an image. If you have a wonderful image about a person, no problem. The moment we start having a wrong creation, it leads to the inclination towards Maya Shakti. That is why the only scope or only hope for a devotee is chant. The more we chant, it will be good for us only. Not only we should chant, we should make others also chant. Please chant. Okay. That is why here tapasya by Brahmaji has been emphasized. You see, the first verse was tapasya. And now the verse is what? He's confused what to do, what not to do. That means he's thinking how to go about. So he could not trace out the source of the, first he's trying to search from where I have come. And then, so while thinking how to create, he could not understand the proper direction from where to start. Anyhow, Lord is going to appear to him. Okay? So, Aruna Sumukhi Mataji, read.
Hare Krishna. Canto 2, Chapter 9, Text 5. Sa adi devo jagatam paro guru swadishnamastaya sisruchayaichata tam nathya gacchad drushamatra sammatam prapancha nirmana vidiryaya bhavet. Translation: Lord Brahma, the first spiritual master, supreme in the universe, could not trace out the source of his lotus seat, and while thinking of creating the material world, he could not understand the proper direction for such creative work, nor could he find out the process for such creation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This verse is the prelude for explaining the transcendental nature of the form and the abode of the Lord. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it has already been said that the Supreme Absolute Truth exists in His own abode without any touch of deluding energy. Therefore, the kingdom of God is not a myth, but factually a different and transcendental sphere of planets known as Vaikunthas. This will also be explained in this chapter. Such knowledge of the spiritual sky far above this material sky and its paraphernalia can be known only by dint of devotional service or bhakti yoga. The power of creation by Lord Brahma was also achieved by bhakti yoga. Brahmaji was bewildered in the matter of creation and he could not even trace out the source of his own existence. But all this knowledge was fully achieved by him through the medium of bhakti yoga. By bhakti yoga, one can know the Lord, and by knowing the Lord as supreme, one is able to know everything else. One who knows the Supreme knows everything else. That is the version of all Vedas. Even the first spiritual master of the universe was enlightened by the grace of the Lord. So, who else can attain perfect knowledge of everything without the mercy of Lord? If anyone desires to seek perfect knowledge of everything, he must seek the mercy of the Lord, and there is no other means. To seek knowledge on the strength of one's personal attempt is a sheer waste of time. Hare Krishna.
So what has been given last night? What is a waste of time? To seek knowledge on the strength of one's personal attempt. So we cannot get the knowledge by our own endeavor. Knowledge comes by the mercy of our spiritual master, and the mercy of the spiritual master flows to the mercy of Krishna. Mercy of Krishna, in this way, mercy of Krishna flows through the spiritual master. Sachintayan Dvayaksharam Ekadamba Syupash Shunod Virkaditam Vacho Vibhu Sparsheshu Yat Sholashakam Sholashamekavimsham Nishkinchananam Nrupayadhanam Viduhu. So Sachintayan Dviaksharam Ekadambasya. Then it comes anyhow. Upashuno Tadvir Gaditam Avacho Vibhu. Sahi Chintayan. While thus thinking, Dvi two Aksharam syllables. Ekat once upon a time. Ambasi in the water. Upashunat heard it nearby. Dvi twice. Gaditam uttered. Vachaha words. Vibhu the great. Sparsheshu in the sparsha letters. Yet which? Shodasham the 16th. Ekavimsham and the 21st. Niskinchananam of the renounced order of life. Nipa O king. Yet what is Dhanam wealth? Viduhu as it is known. So while thus engaged in thinking in the water, Brahmaji heard twice from nearby two syllables joined together. One of the syllables was taken from the 16th and the other from the 21st of the Sparsha alphabets, and both joined to become the wealth of the renounced order of life. So 16th and 21st. Okay, 16th letter is T. 21st letter is P. You know the whole thing? I, U, U, A, I, Aha. Then K, 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 now Ch, 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 Ch. How it comes like what is it? Hindi in the Sanskrit syllables? Can somebody put it? Or you have to write English one, A, B, C, D. But in that, T will not come, T will come. So this T and P, just find out. Just write how it is 16th and how it is 21st syllable. Just find out. And put it in the group. That is how it is the wealth of the renounced order of life. So what is the wealth of a sannyasi? Or what is the wealth of a pure devotee? The wealth is tap. If tapasya is not there, tapasya means voluntarily giving difficulty to the body. The more you do tapasya, the more you glow. So tapasya makes a person grave. Knowledge just doesn't flow like this. Knowledge doesn't come by reading. Knowledge comes by tapasya. The more we sacrifice our life, the more we do tapasya, the more we chant, then we can automatically gain the goal of life. It is just not knowledge, it is reaching the goal of life. So ultimately, we have to show face to Krishna, right? What face will show to Krishna? If we indulge in things which has no sense, anarthas. Tapasya will not allow us to go to anarthas. If we do some anartha, if we do things which has no sense actually, for how long we'll do? Already we are in anartha. And how long we are going to do the things which is not going to give us the goal of life? So that is why tap is the most important dhana of a renounced order of life. Ta and pa, 16th, and pa is 21st. Okay. Raksha Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Shloka 6. Sachintayan Vayakshara Syupashunruda Dvigatim Vacho Vibhuhu Sparsheshu Yatshorasham Mekavisham Nishkinchananam Rupayat. Thus engage in thinking in the water. Brahmaji heard twice from nearby two syllables joined together. One of the syllables was taken from the 16th and the other from the 21st of the Sparsh alphabet, and both joined to become the wealth of the renounced order of life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai ho. In Sanskrit language, the consonant alphabet are divided into two divisions, namely the Sparsha Varna and the Talva Varnas. From Ka to Ma, the letter are known as the Sparsha Varna, and the 16th of the group is called Ta, whereas the 21st letter is called Pa. So when they are joined together, the word Tapa or penance is constructed. This penance is the beauty and the wealth of the Brahmanas and the renounced order of life. According to Bhagavad philosophy, every human being is meant simply for this tap and for no other business, because by penance only can one realize his self and self-realization. Not sense gratification is the business of human life. This tap or penance was begun from the very beginning of the creation, and it was first adopted by the Supreme Spiritual Master, Lord Brahma. By tapasya, only can one get the profit of human life, and not by the polished civilization of animal life. The animal dogs not know anything except sense gratification in the jurisdiction of eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy. But the human being is made to undergo tapasya for going back to Godhead, back home. When Lord Brahma was perplexed about how to construct the material manifestation in the universe and went down within the water to find out the means and the source of his lotus seed, he heard the word tapa vibrated twice. Taking the path of tap is second birth of the desiring disciple. The word apastronaut is very significant. It is similar to upanayan, or bringing the disciple near to the spiritual master for the path of tapa. So Brahmaji was thus initiated by Lord Krishna. And this fact is...
One minute. Upa Shrunod. What is Upa Shrunod? Upa means about Lord. Shrunod means in the ears. What is Upanayanam? Every Brahmana should get Upanayanam sanskaras. This Upanayanam sanskara means opening the door towards spirituality. The Gayatri mantra is given in the Upanayanam sanskara. In our ISKCON, again the Upanayanam is given after joining. And that doesn't mean that the Vedic Upanayanam, which has been given when the person is born in a Brahmana, is not something wrong. It is most important culture, most important sanskara. The most important sanskara. You cannot just degrade that sanskara because you are born in a Bharat Bhumi. In the Bharat Bhumi, a person who is born in a Brahmana family has to get Upanayanam sanskara.
Yeah.
But what happens is, because he doesn't follow the next level, after getting the Upanayanam sanskara, every day he should 3 times, he should do, mute your phone, 3 times he should do the Sandhya Vandanam. But children are not trained. That is why, again, when a person comes to ISKCON, Because he has to perform the deity worship, he has to be a strict Brahmana. That is why he has to chant Gayatri 3 times. 3 times he has to sit and chant Gayatri because he is supposed to worship the deities of Lord. Brahman initiation is given only when you are engaged in deity worship. It is not again a show off. Because in your childhood, you have got Upanayana Sanskar, but you forgot. How many Brahmanas really remember that they got Upanayana Sanskar? Only few cultured houses, they make the children do Upanayana Sanskar 3 times, at least 2 times, morning and evening. And they strictly, even I remember in my cousin's house, even today, though they are in London, the children do Upanayana morning and evening, they do their Sandhya Vandanam, read Vedas. They stay in London, but they do. You ask some of the Brahmins, their children, what they're doing? They are not even remembering that they got the Upanayana Sanskar. After that, they don't even remember they should wear the Jana also. They forget even they should wear Jana. Leave aside, they go out, they eat non-veg, they drink. So do you think the Upanayana which was given in the childhood, it was a humbug? That is why it is considered as a humbug. Why? It is not a humbug. It is very right. But you did not follow. You are a humbug. So you should understand, it is not the sanskara which is wrong. Sanskara was very much right. The Brahmana was very much right. Wonderful. But you did not follow. That is why, to make you follow again, Srila Prabhupada introduces Brahmana Sanskar. Though you may have come, again take Brahman initiation. If you have to worship Lord. That is why Upashrunod. This word is very important. Upashrunod. Again do. So that now you will do not only one Gayatri, you will do 7 Gayatris. Purify yourself. If you have to worship Lord, we cannot just worship Lord like that. We have to purify ourselves. 7 Gayatri a person should chant. So who is born in a family, in a Brahmin family, at least he should chant 21 times Gayatri. Then he is eligible to do the deity worship. Gayatri purifies us. Gayatri is worship to Lakshmi. We have done this in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Gayatri, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes, Gayatri is nothing but worshipping Lakshmi to get the mercy, to get her mercy. Yesterday only we did this in the class. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiya Yonaha Prachodayat. So, Tat Savitaha Varenyam, O Savitaha, O Lakshmi, you are Varenyam, you are the chief of all the devotees, you are so Shreshtaha, you teach me, you give me Dhiya, you give me that special intelligence. I take shelter of yours so that I can understand the Supreme Lord, who is the controller of 3, Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha, in this 3 planetary systems. So to worship Lord, first you have to get mercy of Mother Lakshmi. That is why Gayatri is nothing but, we say na Gayatri Mata, yes, she is Lakshmi. You are praying to Lakshmi to get the benediction. So if you know this, then when the child gets the Upanayana Sanskar is the most important Sanskar for a boy born in a Brahmin family. He can get this even if he is born in a Kshatriya family. This is how he can enter the Gurukul. Now the Gurukul is not there. Our Gurukul started in our Thane. At that time, first thing done was giving Upanayanam Sanskar. The most important Sanskar. Without that, you cannot even study the Vedas. So that is why Upa Shrunod. Upa means about Lord. Shrunod means here. Okay. Read further.
Yes, Mataji. So Brahmaji was thus initiated by Lord Krishna, and this fact is corroborated by Brahmaji himself in his book, the Brahma Samhita. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma has sung in every verse, Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Ham Bhajami. Thus Brahma was initiated by the Krishna mantra by Lord Krishna himself, and thus he became a Vaishnava or a devotee of the Lord. Before he was able to construct the huge universe, it is stated in the Brahma Samhita that Lord Brahma was initiated into the 18-letter Krishna mantra. which is generally accepted by all the devotees of Lord Krishna.
You're more mute,
To each
Raksha
glory.
Mataji.
To Lord Chaitanya, our Divine Master. One who is thus initiated in the disciplic succession is able to achieve the same result or power of creation. Chanting of this holy mantra is the only shelter of the desireless pure devotee of the Lord. Simply by such tapasya or penance, the devotee of the Lord achieves all perfection.
Okay. Your voice is not in which. Oh, you done everything? In between, your voice was breaking.
Maybe
So I could not hear. Okay. So can you read Aruna from the place where the voice is broken? And
Yes, Mataji.
read the whole thing. This is all important
Yeah.
purpose.
Yes. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma has sung in every verse, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Thus, Brahma was initiated by the Krishna mantra by Lord Krishna himself, and thus he became a Vaishnava or a devotee of the Lord before he was able to construct the huge universe. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita that Lord Brahma was initiated into the 18-letter Krishna mantra, which is generally accepted by all the devotees of Lord Krishna. We follow the same principle because we belong to the Brahma Sampradaya, directly in the disciplic chain from Brahma to Narada, and from Narada to Vyasa, from Vyasa to Madhva Muni, and from Madhva Muni to Madhavendra Puri,
Madhvacharya.
from
Madhvamuni.
Madhvacharya, Madhavendra Puri, from Madhavendra Puri to Ishvara Puri, from Ishvara Puri to Lord Chaitanya, and gradually to His divine grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, our divine master. One who is thus initiated in the disciplic succession is able to achieve the same result or power of creation. Chanting of this holy mantra is the only shelter of the desireless, pure devotee of the Lord. Simply by such tapasya or penance, the devotee of the Lord achieves all perfections like Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada is so humble, so sweet. Just see, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. After that, he writes, our divine master. That is how, what's the meaning of our divine master? Here he refers to himself. At the same time, it also refers to our divine master. Yes, Srila Prabhupada, but he will not say myself. That's why he writes our divine master. Simple. If you see the prayers of Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, Lakshmi Natha Samarambhan, Natayamana Matyavan, Asmad Acharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Parampara. Asmad Acharya, the one who is now the Acharya, it is Ramanujacharya. Asmad Acharya Paryantam. Now Ramanuja will not say till mine. No. Asmad Acharya Paryantam. That is how same thing here. Our divine master. See, there will be many gurus, but there will be one Acharya. There's a lot of difference between Acharya and the Guru. Acharya means one who has the authority to change or to set some rules and regulations, to make some changes in the rules and regulations set by the previous Acharya. But under the Acharya, there will be many gurus. Like under Srila Prabhupada, there are many gurus. So here, our divine master. Here, divine master refers to the Acharya, who has the authority, Asmad Acharya Paryantam. So that refers to where? Ramanujacharya, who had the authority to change some of the principles according to the time, place, circumstances. Same here also. Brahma Sampradaya comes to Asmad Acharya Paryantam. There, Lakshmi Natha Samarambhan, Natha Yamana Madhyavan. So you can say Brahmaji from Krishna came to Brahmaji came to Madhva. In this way, you can say, then Asmad Acharya Paryantam. That is our Srila Prabhupada. Okay, next. Again, for this again you should understand, in our ISKCON we have Srila Prabhupada. In the Gaudiya Vaishnavadhara, who is now running the Gaudiya Mutt, for them Acharya is one who has come after Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That is god brother of Srila Prabhupada. So there they will refer to that Acharya. Okay. Like Madhvas had one branch, which is known as a Raghavendra Swami Mutt. Branch of Madhvacharya only. Madhvacharya formed 8 mattas. You can see correlate everything. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur established 64 mattas. Isn't it? ISKCON doesn't come in that 64 mattas, but ISKCON belongs to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay? If you see in the Madhvas also, Madhvas have 8 principal mattas. One of the extension matha is Raghavendra Matha, where Raghavendra Swami is so powerful, Brahma, Prahlad himself. So extension mathas can be done. So their Acharya will be Raghavendra Swami. 8 mat, but anyhow, Acharya is Madhvacharya only, Guru. When we are speaking about the Guru. So Acharya is Madhvacharya. Okay. So extension mathas. Nishamya tadvakrudi dukshayadisho vilokya tatranyad pashyamanaha swadishnyamasyaya vimurshya tadhidam sapasyupadishta ivadade manaha. So Nishamya, after hearing that Vaktru, the speaker, Didrukshaya, just to find out who spoke, Disha, all sides, Vilokya, seeing, then Tatra, there, Anyat, any other, Apashyamanaha, not to be found, Swadishniyam, on his lotus seat, Asthaya, sit down, Vimrushya, thinking, Tatit, Hitam, welfare, Tapasi, in finance, Upadishtaha, as he was instructed, Iva, in pursuance of, Adade, gave, Mana, attention. So when he heard the sound, Tap, he tried to find the speaker, searching on all sides. When he was unable to find anyone besides himself, he thought it wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of penance as he was instructed. So he heard tap, tap, 2 times he heard. He looked here, there. From where did this voice come? So he could not find anyone. But then he thought, no, I have got instruction to do tapasya. Then he started focusing. Meditation, tapasya, he started doing tapasya. Okay. Bindu Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Nishamya tad vakrata didrikshayo disho vilokya tatranyat apashyamanaha swadishnyam asthaya vimrishya taditham tapasya upadishta ivadade manah. Translation: when he heard the sound, he tried to find the speaker, searching on all sides. But when he was unable to find anyone besides himself, he thought it wise to sit down on his lotus seat firmly and give his attention to the execution of penance as he was instructed. Purport: to achieve success in life, one should follow the example of Lord Brahma, the first living creature in the beginning of creation. After being initiated by the Supreme Lord to execute tapasya, he was fixed in his determination to do it. And although he could not find anyone besides himself, he could rightly understand that the sound was transmitted by the Lord himself. Brahma was the only living being at the time because there was no other creation and none could be found
Mataji,
there.
voice not
What happened?
maybe you should switch
The
off
voice is not coming
audio
properly. Haribol.
video.
Video off.
Voice is,
Hare
voice
Krishna
is,
can
Mataji, you are
hear.
not audible.
हाँ
you're not
माताजी, मैं तो
audible,
बराबर
Bindu.
सुन पा रही हूँ माताजी.
Read. Read, Bindu.
Brahma was the only living being at the time because there was no other creation and none could be found there except himself. In the beginning of the first canto, in the first chapter, first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it has already been mentioned that Brahma was initiated by the Lord from within. The Lord is within every living entity as the Supersoul, and he initiated Brahma because Brahma was willing to receive the initiation. The Lord can similarly initiate everyone who is inclined to have it. As already stated, Brahma is the original spiritual master for the universe, and since he was initiated by the Lord himself, the message of Srimad Bhagavatam is coming down by disciplic succession, and in order to receive the real message of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should approach the current link or spiritual master in the chain of the disciplic succession. After being initiated by the proper spiritual master in that chain of succession, one should engage himself in the discharge of tapasya, in the execution of devotional service. One should not, however, think himself on the level of Brahma to be initiated directly by the Lord from inside, because in the present age, no one can be accepted to be as pure as Brahma. The post of Brahma to officiate in the creation of the universe is offered to the most pure living being, and unless one is so qualified, one cannot expect to be treated like Brahmaji directly. But one can have the same facility through unalloyed devotees of the Lord through spiritual instructions, as revealed in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam especially, and also through the bona fide spiritual master available to the sincere soul. The Lord himself appears in the spiritual as the spiritual master to a person who is sincere in heart about serving the Lord. Therefore, the bona fide spiritual master who
नहीं नहीं
happens
मेरा
to meet
रहेगा
the sincere
एक
devotee
कॉपी यहाँ
should
पर
be
भी अपडेट
accepted
चल रहा
as the most confidential and beloved representative of the Lord. If a person is posted under the guidance of such a bona fide spiritual master, it may be accepted without any doubt that the desiring person has achieved
मीटिंग
the grace of the Lord. Hare Krishna Mataji.
So here we'll stop. Any questions you can ask? Just 2-3 minutes are there. I have to start the next class. Any questions you have? No questions. Okay. So Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasinubhyascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Vaishnavi